Babes, the streets are buzzin'. Tamar is allegedly out here claiming Birdman dumped Toni over a botched, quote, stank, BBL. Whew, but listen, Toni is reportedly not having it. She's winding up clapback receipts, timestamps, and a tidy drag with names blurred, just in case. Because if true, this tea is scalding, and if not, she's said to be ready to press play and clear the room. Grab your mug, take a breath, and tap subscribe real quick so you don't miss when these receipts allegedly drop. Okay, so here's the tea you need before we dive deeper. The Braxton sisters have been low-key simmering for months, and it hasn't just been behind the scenes. We've seen those on-again, off-again shady likes, cryptic captions, and a couple of eyebrow-raising unfollows that fans took as smoke from a bigger fire. Though it's all allegedly rooted in long-standing family dynamics and business pressures. Meanwhile, Toni has openly said she's had a nose job and a breast augmentation, which she's owned with that classic Toni calm. And she's also pushed back on the BBL whispers, denying those rumors and keeping it classy while the internet keeps doing what it does. Now mix in the Birdman chapter, because reportedly there was a whirlwind union that moved fast, then a rapid divorce filing that had everyone gasping, and then, because this saga never ends, talk of a reconciliation. Per reports, with sightings and studio hints that had fans convinced they were back on good terms, though neither has laid out a full play-by-play. So when you see a sister drop a slick line on live, or a subtle lyric flip, it hits different in this context. Months of tension, a media-trained denial here, a rumored rekindling there, and a family brand trying to stay glossy while real feelings peek through. Keep that in mind, because every post, every like, and every silence might be saying more than the captions. Okay, so the way the internet's buzzing, Tamar hopped on live and reportedly dropped a bomb. She says Toni quietly got a BBL, kept it hush-hush, and allegedly it went left. Like post-op issues that came with an unpleasant odor situation. Not my words, that's what commenters claim she implied. And if that's true, whew, that's sensitive. Now, medical stuff can be messy and healing is personal, so we're not judging, we're just relaying what's being said. Tamar, allegedly, painted it like it was a whole hush-hush recovery saga, bandages, aftercare, and a vibe that something wasn't right. The plot twist people are circling is Birdman, because the word on the curb is he couldn't handle the alleged complications or the atmosphere around it, and reportedly started keeping his distance, like calls getting shorter, visits fewer, energy off. Some folks think that created a wedge. Others say they were already cooling off and this just highlighted it. Honestly, unless the family confirms, it's all alleged, and surgery talk is delicate, especially with infections or odors, which can happen to anyone. If true, that's heartbreaking and embarrassing, and if not, it's a wild reach. Either way, I'm hoping for healing, because nobody deserves to be dragged for a health struggle, and boundaries matter. Here's where the pattern pops, because if you've watched This Family, you know Tamar has historically put feelings on the timeline and on camera, from the reality show days to those emotional lives. So when she posts something spicy or a little cryptic, folks instantly think, oh, we're airing out the living room again. And that history, fair or not, makes every lyric, caption, and unfollow read like a clue. Pair that with Toni and Birdman's famously on-again, off-again rhythm. 1 minute soft launching a ring, next minute reportedly moving in silence, then back holding hands at a show. And the speculation jump cuts into overdrive, because their vibe has always been low-key private but high-key magnetic, which means a single studio sighting or a quiet red carpet together gets treated like a full chapter, and a week of no sightings becomes a rumored cold front. Fans start connecting dots that may not be dots. The blogs start humming. Insiders allegedly whisper timelines, and suddenly a family check-in reads like a press release. So is anything confirmed? Not really. But the pattern matters, because with Tamar's public candor and Toni Birdman's ebb and flow saga, even normal life hiccups feel like plot points. And that's why this latest murmur sounds louder than it maybe is. Cute cliffhanger and all. Here's where it gets messy. While the timeline spun out, Toni's team reportedly sent cease and desist letters to blogs and whisper accounts, saying the edits are misleading and the commentary is defamatory. And at the same time, Toni keeps saying there's no BBL, just face work and breasts, that's it. She's talked tweaks up top, a standard bust job, maybe some skin tightening vibes, but no fat transfer to the hips or butt, and she points to gym time, angles, and genetics. The contradiction is more about optics than facts, because a C&D is a loud legal flex. It chills the chat. It also sparks curiosity. And that's why this feels like two movies playing at once. Toni's consistent no BBL line on one screen. Her team's stop lying on her name letters on the other. Add in that side-by-sides look different depending on pose and lens. Photographers reportedly used lighting tricks. Stylists allegedly layered shapewear, corsetry, and tape. And suddenly, what looked like a body change starts to read like styling plus camera. Still, the chorus keeps shifting the theory. If not BBL, then lipo, then hip dips, then something. And the goalposts move again. Toni repeats the same message. The team doubles down, and we're left with vibes versus paperwork. Until someone shares verifiable medical proof, which no one owes the internet, it remains claims, counters, and a very loud silence. For now, contradiction is the headline. Whoa, the way Toni allegedly spun the block with that clapback had everyone clutching pearls, because she reportedly reached right for Tamar's JR saga like, oh, we doing receipts now? And the timing was lambed. She drops a coy caption, a knowing glance on stories, and fans say the subtext screamed, "Remember those cheating whispers in that jewelry drama?" All allegedly, of course. Nothing confirmed, just heavy blog chatter. Commenters swear the breadcrumbs lined up with Tamar and JR's on-again, off-again timeline, where rumors of sneaky links popped up, a ring situation got murky, and a supposed jewelry mix-up turned into theft claims in the comments section. Again, strictly alleged. Toni, who usually keeps it classy, reportedly let a little shade peek through, like a lyric snippet about trust, a flash of a diamond, and a caption about returning what isn't yours, which fans took as a nod to that jewelry storyline, but she never named names. Still, the parallels had people connecting dots, because the dates didn't math, the posts overlapped, and the narrative felt pointed. Insiders say she was defending her own image, using the JR noise to redirect heat, while others think she was warning folks not to play with her family. Either way, the messaging landed, the timelines got revisited, and those cheating allegations plus the jewelry claims resurfaced with fresh questions, all reportedly, all unverified, and very, very messy. So the fallout is messy, and everyone's whispering about motive, but it's all alleged until somebody drops verifiable receipts. Right now, the swirl is sibling rivalry, attention chasing, and reputation control, with folks pointing to old comparison wounds, rumored one-upping at family events, and that alleged need to steer the narrative before it steers ya. The family is reportedly split into camps, group chats muted, elders pushing for quiet, and cousins posting those cryptic quotes that say everything and nothing. Brands are watching from the sidelines, PR teams checking sentiment, a few deals allegedly on pause while they wait for clarity, and you just know legal is whispering no sudden moves. Fans are deep in the archives debating receipts, parsing likes, timestamps, and body language, while others call out cherry-picked clips and context gaps. Attention as a motive would fit the algorithm. Rivalry would fit the history people claim, and reputation control would explain the preemptive statements and carefully lit lives. Money chatter pops up too. Appearance fees, podcast bumps, merch restocks, purely speculative. Damage control is reportedly being floated. Maybe a joint photo, a notes app tone shift, even therapy talk. Or they double down and ride the storm. But until something concrete lands, it's vibes, fragments, and projection. And the motive might be all of the above, or just a very public, very human mess. All right, that's where we'll leave it for now. Everything is still alleged, reportedly happening behind the scenes, and the claims remain unverified. We're tracking credible receipts before drawing any conclusions, because rushing a verdict helps no one, period. If new vetted info lands, I'll circle back fast. Until then, keep it cute, keep it curious, and drop your take below. What's convincing? What's a reach? What did we miss? Stay tuned as this family tea simmers, because patterns matter and timelines talk, and when the puzzle pieces actually fit, we'll connect them. With sources, with context, and zero spin.